Tony, a cruel way to lose any game, but plenty of positives to take, not least in the form of Bradley Dack, who changed the game in the second half.
Yeah, first half I think we had all the ball. We were too slow though. We had a lot of inexperienced players on the pitch, and they need to show more personality and more positive and play forward more. Until you put them in, you don't really know whether they're going to be brave enough to play in front of a crowd, etc. But I think we had to change something at half time just to be more positive. It's a bit harsh on them that we went in 1-0 down. They have had one shot on target, I think, all game, and allowed them to go to penalties. I think we have to look at ourselves. I think we have to threaten their goal more. I looked on a website there. Did we have had 18 shots? I think, but 6 on target. I think it was. I think we have to have more. Pritchard seemed to have him and the goalie sort of competition into the first half, didn't he? And but then we looked a bit more threatening second half and tried to push more players forward and more positive. And yet we got one goal. My frustration is we're playing against, with total respect to Crewe Alexandra, it is a lovely club. It's we should be beating them, and whatever team we put out, we should be beating them, and yet we just lacked a little bit of the quality to do that. And we've talked long and hard about more strikers at the pitch at the football club, and yet Ross Stewart is injured. The young boy Eliza is injured, and so Hamir, it was too big a risk to play Hamir today as the only striker there at the club, and so we tried to play with Pritchard and Bart to start with, and then Pritchard and Dack. And I thought Bradley showed good, as you said, showed some good signs. He's a very clever footballer and linked, and I think he's disappointed that he had half a chance that he thought he was going to score, and the lad got a block on it. But I think the more minutes we give him, the better sharper he's going to become, and he will score goals. Bradley, as you say, right at the death as well. Then he towed one at the keeper, just flipped over as well. So there's positive signs. Again, a total domination of the game, but we have to score goals. And as I said that on Saturday, we had 20 shots on Saturday and 67-68% possession, and still couldn't win. And tonight was a bit similar. Give credit to Crewe, came and blocked it up and made life difficult for us, but we're all disappointed. We have to be, with Sunderland Football Club, we have to be better, and we have to be able to find a way to put the ball in the net and win games.
First senior goal for Chris Rigg, a moment that he's been waiting so long for after that game at Fulham. Yeah. Sunderland's youngest ever goal scorer now too.
Well, pleased for him. Listen, I treat Riggy as a more experienced player than he is, to be honest. I feel as if I do have a go at him in the dressing room, because I expect so much of him for such a young boy, and I can see sometimes that, whoa, calm down, this is a boy just turned 16, it's but he is a lovely footballer. He has got lovely talent. I asked him to play a little bit deep at the day and protect a little bit, and he probably took that too little, because when we really got control of the game, he should have been the one breaking the box. And when I told him at half time he had to play higher up, he obviously got in there and scored. So but yeah, listen, he's an amazing talent and a fantastic young kid, and we're just a bit disappointed, and yet we shouldn't be overly disappointed. It's we need to win football matches in the league and try and have a good season again, and try and the aim is to keep growing this football club and trying to get us in a position where we feel almost entitled that we should be in the top 6 and competing to get out of this division. At the moment, I think we've suffered with the injuries, as I say. We've only got one fit striker at the moment, and goals seems to be the issue. There's plenty of good play, there's plenty of possession of the ball, there's plenty of domination. We just have to put it in the back of the net, and we are working really hard behind the scenes to try and add a striker, and that striker will make 4 strikers, if you count the 2 that are injured, and then Hamir as well. So the club are working hard, and we just have to keep going until we get through this period.